friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do another trash talk. I have a bucket full of items here to dive into. As always, I will leave timestamps down below so that way you can ping pong around different sections if you would prefer, but I will start with hair care. First hair care item that I have is a set. It's this Love Beauty and Planet Maru Butter and Rose Blooming Color Sulfate-Free Shampoo and Conditioner. I snagged these, it was like a holiday set at Walmart a couple of years ago, and I was really intrigued by just the fact that it was rose. I was really into, I still am into, but it was kind of the height of my rose obsession. I wanted to try rose in all different formats. I did not love this shampoo and conditioner. I felt like in the winter months when I first had pulled it out to use it, that it almost sort of dried my scalp out and I had sort of an itchy, not flaky, but just like an itchy scalp. So then I moved it to Maine and was only using it when I would go to visit my parents. Ben and I would use this. The scent of this is awesome. I very much enjoy the scent of this, but aside from that, it's not a set that I would purchase again. Other hair care item that I have is my Wave Curling Spray. This is the Wave Spray. I go back and forth between this and another beloved product that you guys have seen me throw in trash talks before. And right now I'm back onto this guy. I feel like for these types of curls, they are a little bit crunchier, but we have had probably the muggiest summer that I can recall. Like, I just don't feel like we've had too many dry, hot days. It's been like hot and then 98% humidity on top of it. And this is super foolproof for that kind of weather. So I do like it. I don't always love the super crunchy looking curls, and it does take a while. Like, my hair has been sprayed probably going on 3 hours and it's still not fully dry. Like, it takes a long time for this to dry out, but it does last all day. So I've used up one of these and I have purchased one that I'm currently working on. These don't take me that long to use up. I probably would say I can get 10 hair days out of this and then it's gone, which is a terrible price point, but I have found nothing at the drugstore level. I made it my mission last summer to try a bunch of drugstore equivalents, and I couldn't find anything that had this level of durability and hold throughout the day, and I care a lot about those two factors when it comes to hair curling season. I have two not fun makeup empties. The first is my e.l.f. Daily Brush Cleaner. I use this every day to spray my brushes. Basically, once I'm done applying my makeup, I spray my brushes, briefly wipe them off on a makeup-only cloth that I have, and then I put my brushes away. I don't really do it for any other purpose besides just neutralizing and getting rid of bacteria, because I do not want to have gross brushes. And then I wash my brushes once a week. It sounds like a lot, but it takes me about 45 seconds to do with my makeup routine, so it's not a big deal. I get the jumbo size. It's the best bang for my buck. And whenever I place an e.l.f. order, I tend to just buy 1 or 2 of these, so I always have it on hand. I also am calling it quits on this crunchy looking beauty blender sponge. I was going back through and sort of reorganizing my makeup back in December, so many moons ago, and I realized I had a pocket of beauty blenders that I had just sort of forgotten about that I had in the back of one of my drawers, and I basically would purchase these during the Christmas time when you could get like a whole set of them for a pretty reasonable price. Flash forward a few years since purchasing these, I have discovered that I really like the e.l.f. It's like a purple maroony total face sponge. I also really like the Silicone Center ColourPop sponge. Those are kind of my two go-tos, and they're a fraction of the price. And I feel like they do a better job not sucking up product the way this does. Like, I feel like I use a lot more foundation on my face. It does give me a nice finish, and I do credit it for really being my reason for loving sponge application for foundation, but I don't need to buy this exact guy to get that accomplishment, and I'm going to go with the cheaper option always. I have a few body care items that I have finished off, all travel size. So the first one comes from Empties. It's the Sweet Jasmine and Rose Smoothing Herbal Body Moisturizer. I got this when I placed an Ulta order. I got like a little sneaky sampler kit, and I gotta say, this is a delicious, yummy smelling scent. However, this plastic packaging was awful. It was really hard to get lotion out of here. I felt like after the first usage, I was really having to squeeze it. So packaging was terrible. And if it was packaged like this in the full size, like same exact format, wouldn't buy it, but the scent of it was amazing. I've also got 2 more whipped creams Porch Cookie soap that were in the Brave whipped cream sampler. I swear that had to have been the largest sampler of whipped creams they've ever put out, because I don't feel like I normally have this many in that set. But I have Follow Your Heart and Ancient Kingdom. Both of them were just okay scents. This kind of had a salty fruit vibe to it, which I didn't dislike. And then Ancient Kingdom had sort of like a woodsy vibe to it. They were pleasant. I love the texture of the whipped creams. I don't use a lot of thicker body cream in the summer months, but I tended to find that after I would shave, or if I would really like deeply exfoliate my skin, I could feel that my skin had really been exfoliated. I would pull these out to let my skin just get extra hydrated, but not a necessity for me in the summer. Oh, I lied. One more body care item. This is another sample. This is Porch Cookie soap. It's called the Honey Pot. It's a bath and shower gel. And can we just take a second? This is adorable. This came out with their Winnie the Pooh collection that they did. And I didn't get the box. Unpopular opinion, I'm not a really big Winnie the Pooh fan. Like, I like the sentiment of it. I watched the cartoon as a kid, but that's as far as it goes. This, however, the scent of this, oh God, it is basically a pear nectarine honey scent. It is ungodly delicious. I love the way this smells. Love, love, love it. I went to the website because I wanted to buy a full size of it. I don't care that I'm swimming in shower gels. I don't need it. Wanted a full size of it. It's gone. I definitely slept on the collection. I didn't know what I was missing. This came in a get what you get bag, and it definitely was a highlight because I freaking love this scent. I have tried finding this in like a Porch Cookie soap de-stash group. Doesn't seem to be there at all. The one thing I'll say is that there is another honey scent that came out, and I think in like a small mini collection, and that's called Queen Bee. I do like that scent too, so it does make me want to buy another honey-based scent because I really like it, but this is exceptional. Super sad I don't have any more of it, but I really enjoyed the experience, and I thought the packaging was just top-notch for this. Have a few nail items. I have a few Impress nail items. I've got these yellow ones, which were called Next Wave. These were a really fun, like outside of my comfort zone type of nail. They held up really, really well. I actually am finding that my nails, for some reason this summer, are growing like wildfire, and my nails are actually almost as long as the short nails, which is great. That hasn't happened in quite a few years. And I only point that out because when you have longer nails, it helps with the durability and longevity of these because it's more for the nail adhesive to stick to, which is always nice. So these held up really well, as did the ones I'm currently wearing, which come from their color line. These are in Picture Perfect, which is 07. I think these are really pretty. It's my second set that I've got on right now. I wore these in the spring, but I also thought as like a nice late summer color, I would go for these. So both of these were lovely. Things go south though, sadly, with this collaboration with Jess Kant. I don't know who she is. It didn't really matter to me because I purchased most of the collaboration collection. I liked a lot of the nails. These, however, did not hold up super well at all. They're a really pretty blue. You can see here if it will focus. It has a really faint like white detail on it. Let me see if I can get you nice and close to it. There, it's hard with the plastic, but it had like a really faint, almost like grass blowing in the wind kind of detail. I didn't love these when I first put them on initially because they are not super opaque. I could see my nail bed through the blue, which I personally don't really like. I don't mind it on like a French manicure nail per se because it's kind of the vibe, but I just didn't prefer it with this. Didn't matter though because these held up terribly. They started popping off just a couple of days after I put them on. I wasn't super impressed with them. It's not indicative of the collaboration though, because I've had other nails in the collaboration that I have purchased and used, not 2 sets of, so I haven't seen them in a trash talk, but I've used 1 set of and they've held up lovely, very much enjoyed them. So I wouldn't say judge the collection based off of these, but I do not recommend these despite how pretty they looked on the website. Rounding out the category, as always, I've got my Kiss Powerflex Brush On Nail Glue. This is what I always use, my recipe for success. I use the adhesive plus the nail glue. It's the perfect marriage to help a girl who's very hard on her fingers, do a lot of picking. I am actually a nail biter by default. I've tried to kick the habit for years. The only way I've been able to successfully do it is by wearing impressed nails. So I do still bite on these, and I find that I really am successful with Impress because I have the marriage of the adhesive with the nail glue. Final category would be skincare. First up, I have this serum. It's the Inuk Tea Tree Relief Serum. This came in a PR package I got from Stylovana. It came actually with a set of 5 different serums. And I have been struggling uncharacteristically with acne. You might be able to see it, maybe not because the ring light does a beautiful job of making my skin look perfect, but I, as someone who probably hasn't struggled with acne much at all over the last few years, and then really not much in my life in general, I've been very fortunate. I've been having outbreaks that are very bothersome to me. And so I thought the Tea Tree Relief Serum would be perfect. It didn't do anything for my skin. It didn't help combat the type of acne that I was working with. It didn't help sort of lessen it or even soothe the acne. So I've actually chosen to declutter the whole serum set because I don't feel like the ingredients are very high concentrations, and I don't really want to fuss with products that I don't think are super high end. So I use this one up entirely, but the rest of the set I'm just getting rid of. I'll show you what came with it. I have this Nani Light Oil Serum. Don't know what that is. I've got a Black Snail Restore Serum. It also came with the Rose Galactomyce Synergy Serum. Definitely said that word wrong. And then lastly, it came with the Propolis Vitamin Synergy Serum. I've actually just gone back to some of my OG acne fighting serums that I do think are at least helping soothe the type of acne that I have. I don't know if it's cystic acne or just juicy acne. It's super gross. I'm so sorry. It's been unpleasant. And again, as someone who doesn't struggle ordinarily with acne, I'm a little bit out of my realm of understanding because my skin is not any more oily than usual. So I'm not sure what exactly is going on, but we're working through it. And some of the products that I used to use all the time, I have brought back as my staples, and they're definitely helping to at least make my skin feel better, even though I not be looking its best. I have good old faithful lip mask. I've got the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in Berry. This lasted me a surprisingly long time. I purchased randomly, like I wanna say right around the holidays at TJ Maxx. I came across a set of these. I think there were 4 in total. And I thought like, oh, this will be good. I'll get basically a year's worth of nighttime lip balm, which I really like. It basically was the cost of what one full size retails for, but this lasted me forever. I definitely will have the kit beyond the year that I purchased it and started using it, which is nice. I have since pulled out what I thought might be the Milani dupe for this. It's not, but I'm using it. And once that's done, I will go back to my other Laneige ones that I have. Berry was the flavor that I was most comfortable with out of the rest of the set. We'll see how I feel about the other flavors. I've never tried anything besides the pink one. Last 2 items are eye creams. It's kind of impressive that I have 2 eye creams to show you because they're both full size. The first, real simple, Old Faithful. It's the Believe in Truth Moisturizing Eye Balm. Now, listen. I know there's a lot of chatter out there that people are like, eye creams, they're not necessary, you don't really need them. Listen. That might be true if you're somebody who does not have really dry eyes, but your girl does. I have super dry under eyes. I have just naturally very dry eyes because, fun fact, my eyelids don't entirely close at night when I'm sleeping. Kind of creepy, super fun. Aren't you glad you're not Ben? And so I find that also dries out my eyes. It's a thing I've been working with my optometrist for quite some time, my eye doctor, and I do feel like this makes a difference. I am able to space this out because I have been trying to use this only at night and then using different types of hydrating but not as expensive or not as intense eye creams during the day. It's a little bit high maintenance in a sense, but it does help make this last a lot longer because this stuff ain't cheap. And whenever I can get samples of it or cash in my Sephora points for it, I always do. But I do love this stuff. It's a holy grail, and probably during the winter, I'll go back to using it morning and night. In the meantime, I've also managed to finish off what I was using during the day, which was the Trader Joe's Supreme Hydrating Eye Cream. Now those words, Supreme Hydrating, really pulled me in, which is what made me want to get this. And it's very inexpensive. It's definitely less than 20 bucks. I think it's more like $10. I don't remember. I bought it a really long time ago. I've been using it for forever. It is certainly not on the same playing field as the Belief in the sense that it's not the same texture. The Belief is very much like a gel, like a very hydrating gel. This feels more true to an actual cream, but it is more hydrating than like my typical face moisturizer. Definitely was better for the day than it was at night. I did try it both ways. Something that I might come back to in these warmer months, but I don't think it would withstand the elements if I were to try to use it in the winter. But I was happy to at least find that there was something somewhat suitable out there at a much cheaper price range. And I totally credit the purchase of this to the advent calendar. This was not in the advent calendar, but I did like some of the skincare that I got in the Trader Joe's advent calendar. And when I saw this on the shelf, I tried it. It's not terrible. I think if you have like somewhat dry eyes, but not Sahara level, this would be decent. Or if you're somebody who just wants an eye cream, I recommend this one. It's very inexpensive, yet effective. All right, guys, that is it for me and this round of trash. Thank you so much for being here and hearing all of my thoughts on these products. I so enjoyed chatting with you guys, and I'll talk to you in the next video real soon. Bye.